that is subject to gratuity, is subject to your number of years, your income,
How is it?
or your
Yeah,
salary.
and we know, but how is it calculated?
Well,
What's the formula?
But all right, I could speak with sufficiency and to persons on contract, right?
Yes,
And
nice.
so forth. Public service will be a little more complex because you have daily paid, rated, and monthly rated, and so forth. So that's a more complexity. But let us use for the purpose of this conversation contract workers. The standard practice with contract workers is that you will get 20% gratuity on the value of your contract at the end, at the successful completion or execution of the contract period. So let us, for ease of reference, let us say that you have a contract that values $100,000 per year. At the end of the year, you will get 20% of that income as a gratuity, so you'll get that $20,000. Right? That is how it works for contract workers. Now, the public service thing is a little bit more complex. It has to do with your salary range, the number of years you work, whether you get 80% of your last income, if you make 33 and a third, or that pension. But that will have something to do with your calculation of your gratuitous payment also, and all of that. So that is a little bit more complex. You can do that. But the contract one, the 20% on average, 20% of the value of the contract is paid to you as gratuity.
So if you work for 14 years, do they pay you for 14 years or there's an average?
Well, in terms of on contract?
No, like you're working daily paid.
Right. If you're working daily paid, they will pay you. They will pay you your gratuity based on that 14 years. Right? And daily paid don't get pension. They get a lump sum gratuity payment, and then they will get the NIS. Once they make the 750 contribution, they will get the NIS after retirement. At the age of 60, they will get the NIS, which is about 3,500 per month. And when
somebody's stuff making a lot of noise.
When they attain the age of 65, they will get their pension.
Only if you don't have a car and fridge. Because you know what? We had a cousin in Tobago, he passed away from Roxborough, but he was living in Scarborough. Because his children working and all of them who in America and who working and who is a lawyer and all thing, he ain't get a penny pension.
No. That's not there. You see what is happening too is that when these things happen to be going,
we know each other too much. We too everybody.
They are not prepared to challenge this system, and some of them have to take the division of social services to court and let the court rule on that. So when they tell you no, you go home and you're quiet and you're going by your own and you talk, but we going to come to the place where they need to challenge the government and
challenge them. You have to challenge them. Because if that's the case that you can't get this and you can't get that, how Anselm Dennis' wife could get a house?
There's another issue. Well, we know.
What is good for Paul is good for Paula. Why are we taking it in our country? Why are we?
The system is designed, and it has been designed over the years to promote and for the benefit of the political elite, those who sit at the top of the political pyramid, the political organizational structure. They are the ones that are benefiting. And at the base, you have the people scrambling for the crumbs that fall off the table. And that has been the reality in Trinidad and Tobago for a number of years.
Take for instance, with Liz Williams, like somebody she poison or something because she was hard on Mr. Charles, asking him about how many vehicles he has, which vehicle is his, what kind of vehicle you're driving, and he insulted her. He tells you to go look at chapter something and chapter whatnot and some clause, and he did not answer. And them times I think she had balls, but I don't know what she do with the balls. Maybe she play a game and she lost them in the gully. Because for this election, she didn't play a fair game. She went into Delaford, she went into Louisville and interviewed an old man that Watson and them fix his house and his roof. And she put him to laugh, and she laughed. You see, I don't mind the guy that laugh and say, me love PNM, me love PNM. She make it into a joke, and she kept it, and she posted it, she leave it up. If it were me, and I wasn't a PNM little rat, I would have taken that out or disqualified this whole stuff or speak on it and said, ask him why he's saying that more and investigate it so people can feel good about it. But she laughed. What kind of reporter does that? And people in Tobago taking it as a joke because she's talking on behalf of their party.
Well, you see, responsible media and responsible reporting is not reserved for good journalists only.
Thank you. I
So
like that laugh.
we have problems in the system.
You
All
laughed
of it
and
here,
you laughed and you sung just like your mother did.
no,
You know,
here what is happening.
when Velma started to laugh, she just laughed until she pee, you know. Used to.
No, here what happening with the system. The system, unfortunately, there is especially to Tobago, there is an overreach of the THA in every sector and in every activity in Tobago. So you have a situation where 70 to 80% of the persons in Tobago are by the THA. That is unsustainable for any good democracy and accountability to take place. And so that's a vote bank in itself. Two, the THA, there's a virtual absence of a private sector that is dynamic, that can absorb, your university graduates coming out. I want anyone who is listening to this program to tell me which company in Tobago could hire a Tobagonian leaving a university anywhere in the world with a master's degree or PhD and pay them a salary at the market price. Let me name one company in Tobago
Not one.
that has the operational capability to hire a person leaving the university with a master's degree or a PhD and pay them a rate that is commensurate with what the market is offering for a similar position across the world. One. So we have a problem.
Nickocy have
We
a
have a problem.
question here for you in between. So maybe finish you and then Nickocy, you want to come in now?
Yeah, I want to answer because when you talk there about when you leave a degree, it's the same thing happening in the system of THA. That's why I talk about reformation of this THA because a lot of persons who in these offices in THA, they don't have no qualifications. So therefore, now the persons who coming out, they should have been holding the positions and have these little ones under them. But that is not so because you're with a political party, as you said. It's biased. They will have them in the position, just taking up space and flooring the system, the management, the administration, everything, where we could have focused on these university students, having that effect and having that degree, put them in a place where they could work, but you have people sitting on their desk playing Candy Crush and all them nonsense, and they have no subject because what? I'm young and I could vote for PNF or a party and I could get in. So I think reformation on the constitutional reformation of the application of jobs and how the jobs get in. And you know what I was thinking too? A policy that should stop politics or politicians from using state resources for political
Campaigning.
gain. Yeah, campaigning. Right? Because I think even though you dissolve parliament or you dissolve something, I think you should stop and cease from putting in new projects and hiring people and using that because the same thing. Let me just say this. For self-help, I've seen a lot of people getting grants given out additional. In my files, I have some people who would have applied. 3 years, going on 4 years, they can't get through. But people who know come, I see. So I called Trinidad and I asked them, I said, what is this procedure in giving out grants? Because I just see election come and ministers come up, and all of a sudden, certain people getting grants. You know what the woman told me? She said to me that the minister has the ability and the power to call for any grants that she wants to distribute at any time.
Wow.
I said, really? I said, you sure about that? So therefore you telling me because it's an election, the minister could come up and yes, that is a minister's voice, and ministers could do that. And you know, this is the bullshit that we take in. How come? Because if we have a commission for self-help and the commissioner is there, that is left up to the commission. If you are the minister, let's say you're the minister of tourism, how come because you are the MP, you decide to come from tourism to come and distribute self-help grants and call self-help to distribute the grants to whoever you want to?
Well, Nickocy, you making noise about that. Remember
Raise your
in the
voice a little bit, Anselm. Raise your voice.
remember in the first part of this pandemic, when they decided
Right.
that they will use some of the money that was allocated for school feeding to give some families food support for the children at home. They say go to the MP constitutional office to collect the thing.
What?
Yeah, they
Yes,
go to
yes,
the that's
food,
why
yes, yeah.
they say go to the MP office.
Right.
And I made the point that that is politicizing thing. And
That is?
Of course,
the
yes.
Minister of Education should have information on every student who have signed up for school feeding, and they should call the parents and ask them where they want the check to go. Whether it's in the credit union, in the bank, or if they're collecting their check. Why I have to go by the MP office to deal with school
Thank
feeding
you.
issue?
Suppose I didn't
So
vote for that member of parliament and the parliament member and me had a argument or something before the election. How can I go
let me tell
there?
you, Mama Coco, let me tell you something, and people see and the listening person. You see, the problem in Trinidad and Tobago is that every single thing in this country is decided by politics. Politics is the means by which everything is decided in this country. And with the absence of an effective and efficient private sector, like you are used to challenge the government, that the private sector that run budgets that are bigger than the government,
That's
we have a
illegal.
problem. We have a problem because there is no independence. Because even the private sector is dependent on the government expenditure to survive.
My
Mm-hmm.
God.
So is that everybody just lining up behind the government that is in power because they're waiting to get something, so they're standing in line. There is no willingness to challenge the government or to challenge the THA or to challenge the central government, because the minute you challenge the central government, they are going to bring the the resources of the state to bear on you. You can't fight a government, They
No, you
because
can't.
you can't fight a government. You have to have real money, and litigation in this part of the world is very expensive. To take a
Yes.
government to court, you have to have real money. And if you want
Yes.
to fight them to become, so you have to be a millionaire
And
to get
besides a millionaire too, the government own all the lawyers, the government own the judiciary. So what can we say? How can listen? This is such a powerful life. I could feel this life in my spirit because this is what the people lacking of. What you guys share tonight is what people lacking of. And tonight, I know that we had a late start when it comes to Anselm Richards. And Anselm, you are very valuable. And I don't know if you want to say yes, you're going to come back when I should ask you another time because this conversation is not over.
Mama Coco use family, once you call, I have to respond. The
And
family,
and
it's
and
not
Nickocy,
it's not only one of your brothers who in my family book. It's two
it's two brothers that I have a
with
niece and I have a
with two
nephew,
sisters,
two sisters,
so
and so
and two brothers in one
people
family.
in
So
one
so so
family,
you
two of my brothers
you family,
intervene in his family with two sisters. Yes,
you
and
understand?
so I have
So
so I have a
so
niece.
so a niece and a nephew.
Yes, a
We both
nephew,
have nieces and nephew who are
and one of my
on both sides.
and the
You
nephew
and I are the same
and
person.
the nephew is my godson.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's the extent to which the connectivity established itself in Tobago. And you see, we are a community, we are an island of communities. And if we understand the social construct of Tobago, we'll be able to better administrate
And remember,
Tobago.
don't forget, it's home by you guys. My daughter used to come for
Of
lunch
course,
and wait until she vehicle, or they put in a
yeah,
vehicle to come home on evenings. Yes,
Cindy and Timoy and Pantin was all
yes.
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So we have to understand that Tobago is an island of communities, and if you don't understand the social construct of your community, then you will not know the appropriate or appreciate which is the appropriate model for the development of the island.
So
Tobago is
Anselm,
unique. Tobago is
Anselm,
unique.
why you
Yeah.
tell Cindy that I died? I went away. And Anselm make my daughter almost die, you know. He tells she a news just come that she mommy dead. Cindy does always remember that and laugh. She said that Anselm there.
I was
Me,
vacation.
me, me not able with the Anselm there. The Anselm face was dry like biscuit. Serious, serious. Cindy, your mommy
Yes.
dead.
Yeah. So we'll have to do this again. We have to do it again as probably as time comes closer to the next vote
No,
2021.
we can't wait for the
Or
next
before.
vote. We have to
No,
come
no, no. I
long
said,
before.
or we could do it again probably next Saturday. I'm available. Just call me and tell me when you need me. I'm prepared to
Anselm,
share. I'm prepared to
Anselm, I want to show off, you know.
time.
But Mama Coco fully booked until the end of September, October, you know.
But no problem, Mama Coco.
No, no, no,
No
no, no,
problem.
no, no. I have to make space for
But
things like this
whenever
because this is this is
whenever
the life that I this is the life I have. So once a month, Anselm, you will be back. So you will be back in September. Yes, you'll be back.
just
Nickocy,
just
I
tell
want
me
to
what
thank you the
to do.
same way. Blessings, fullness of joy, and you will be back also.
Of course. Thank
Yes.
you very much for
So
having me.
tonight, are
Thank
you
you
going to
so
tell
much.
us that you are running? Are you running for the THA election?
Yes, I am running for the THA election. What I'm having now, I'm looking to on Wednesday I'll be holding a press conference, and the press conference will release information of me and our team going forward for the Tobago House of Assembly election, and we will be doing screening in September. We will opening the applications in the second week in September, and at the closing off in September. So October we'll be doing our first screening for the different candidates in all the areas. We are looking to run for all 12 states, but whatever we get, we're going to run with. So next week, Wednesday, I'll be giving a little more pointers.
So would you be going up against Ansel Dennis? Is that who you're going to be going
Of
up against?
course, for sure,
Wow.
this is my area, Buku Mount Pleasant. I am going to go up against him. If it's he that going up,
Oh, okay. Because you know they have a
yes,
lot of things going on, yeah?
yes.
So
But I'm open
give
to any challenge. As I said, it's up to the people to vote and decide. So this is a democracy, and if it's it that I'm running for THA, I'm a political leader of Unity of the People, and my party speak, and they said that this is not the end for us. This is the beginning. So we must contest every single election, win or lose. We would have set the pace, and we would have continued to keep it smooth. Let us keep on having that pace across the border, and I'm going to do just as fine.
So let me ask you one question in a short answer because we have to go now
Yeah.
to over there. So you gonna be running up against Mr. Ansel Dennis, yeah? And do you know Mr. Watson Duke? Have you ever have a conversation with him?
As I said, yeah, I know him. I have him on WhatsApp. If I have a problem, I'll WhatsApp him. If I have any um, thing to quarrel, I'll ask him about it or whatever. Yes, I do. I know.
You know that they are doing screening themselves and they're
Of
screening
course.
anybody. They're screening anyone who want to screening anyone if you're Tobagonian. They're screening people. But I really don't know what you want to say on that matter.
Um, on that matter, I will say that I'm now the political leader of Unity of the People. And if working with any organization that wants to work with me in partnership, I have no problem for the betterment of Tobago people. I have no problem at all. If it's that let's just say we have a conversation, we say, well, okay, we want to go and win this THA. So we know you have Buku Mount Pleasant or you want to bring up 4 more seats. We got to take 6 and you got to take 6. Those are conversations I could have. If we say, even though you say, okay, we'll give 2 seats or we will still run with 10 seats, I have no problem. But I'm going to stand as the political leader of Unity of the People and I will serve the people that are there because, we have persons who are separated by party. As I said, our party is not just about political or politicizing, as you said, our women's group. What I did not open the women's group under our arm. I opened the women's group so anybody who has any concern from any other party can join the women's group, because women must look after women, and it doesn't matter what political arm you are. For example, we're seeing it in the PNM Women's League that they only have a conversation to specific thing that comes against them, but other things that we're supposed to talk about, women abuse, child abuse, and women, young girls in I'm not hearing them speaking about it. So as I said, my type of leadership is about opening the doors to anyone and opening the doors to work with any political party. And if Watson Duke said tomorrow, okay, if one voice said tomorrow we want to get, and all of us come together and decide to do it together, I have no problem, because I'm not going to be fighting for leadership as a chief secretary. If I see it fit that working with them and that person could show me that they're good enough to lead the THA, and I'm under that type of leadership, I have no problem. And maybe you could even find a leader within my party. You can never tell. I have a lot of surprises that are coming, so you can never tell what is happening. I'm open to working with everybody.
Very nice. Congratulations there. So, Brother Anselm, this is your closing time, but I want to ask you if you know Mr. Watson Duke and what you think of the of his party.
Well, Mr. Watson, yeah, I know Watson. Watson is from Roxborough, Dallas. Watson went to Roxborough Sec. That's my stomping ground myself. So I'm a master. So I know Watson Duke, very colorful young man. I think Watson was able to do a magnificent job in pulling the opposition forces to be together in a very short time.
Oh, you're breaking up badly now.
When you look at the growth of Watson's
I
organization was
know.
exponentially between 2017 and 2020.
Yes.
Now that sets up a very interesting possibility for the THA election.
I'm not hearing you too well. Can you talk
Which
a little bit louder?
you hear me now? I'm saying
Yes,
that
very
it
good.
sets up
Yes.
an interesting arrangement or outcome for the THA election in 2021. Even Mr. Duke organization has a good opportunity when you look at the numbers of seeing a pathway to victory to win the THA election if they organize themselves better, because there's no game saying about it that there's a level of dissatisfaction and disenchantment in Tobago, among Tobagoans, in the manner in which the THA have been managed and administrated over the last 20 years. How do Watson and this team optimize that and turn it into a political weapon, against the PNM, is really a strategy that they have to start to work on and build out to 2021. But Watson has a good opportunity of capturing the THA if he puts a good team together, an inclusive, cross-section, multi-sectional team with good, persons who can demonstrate or who has demonstrated a capacity to lead, who have, good standings in the society, who people can say, well, look, I could take a chance with you in the next 4 years to see how they will change the island and all of that. So it's an occasion, or it's an event that has a lot of moving parts. We need to hold the parts down and organize them so they all align, and see what the outcome is going to be. It's not an impossible outcome. A day in politics is a long time. We don't
Hey,
know what happens.
just like just like
So
one
Watson
vote
just has
could
to sit down and
just
work
like
out the
one
game plan.
vote could make a difference. That's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we have a very
Yeah.
thank you, Mr. Richards. I love what you said. I hope Mr. Watson Duke and others
Yeah.
from his group and heard what you and Nickocy said about his PDP party. I'm not here promoting his party alone. I could be speaking with anyone from the PNM party also. I know they will not come on my platform. They may think that they wouldn't have a voice, but stay a few minutes after the show and Slim don't move and Mr. Philips they'll put. But now we are going to be speaking about our massive show for tomorrow. Tomorrow we are excited to do a promotional show Yes, Miss Phillips, tomorrow you are going to take your time and see if you could find the time to to join our show tomorrow, to watch and to view young Miss Angus. Yes, yes,
Oh,
and
yeah.
yes, young Miss Angus will be our, on our show tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Dale Angus.
Yes, he's amazing.
A young designer. All these are her designs, and we will have a very lovely show tomorrow where she will be here speaking of herself, life in Tobago, her young business, how far she wants to go, how much of a motivational speaker she is to young people. And that's what the show is all about. I usually do have life and style on Sunday, no politics. Maybe a question about Tobago may come up, who knows? Dale Angus is the daughter of Denise Sawyerford Angus. So we don't know. So here we go for tomorrow. Thank you, Brother Anselm. Do you know her? Is Anselm there?
I think he muted his or somebody muted his
Can
mic
you
is muted.
unmute? Can you unmute Anselm? So Anselm, do you know this young lady?
Yes, no. Yes, I know of her.
Yes, well, tomorrow,
You
please.
with me?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
So tomorrow at 2:30 p.m., I'm happy to have her, and I want to thank you, Anselm, in a special way. That Jehovah God will continue to guide you, to keep you in perfect peace and harmony with your wife, your kids, your friends, your family, all your nieces and nephews, your sisters, your brothers, and I'm blessed to have you as my guest and returning guest and a returning guest again. So until the election once a month, make sure you make yourself available to hit.
I'm okay, Mama Coco. I'm available. God bless. You have a blessed night and a blessed week and months ahead. Enjoy your program. It's a very informative one. And thanks for
So
having me.
yeah,
Nickocy,
yeah,
you
yeah,
have a
yeah,
good night.
yeah. Do a little boost in here. Tell me what you think about the program. Tell me.
Well, you know anything, Mama Coco, is excitement and madness if you put both of those words together. Those who know you from a young man growing up in Tobago will not be will not be surprised to describe it. But Mama Coco show will always be a show packed with excitement and not to say madness to the fullest. But at the end of the day, madness and excitement is the reality of the day. You know, they are firmly the reality of the day. Some may not agree with the way you express your passion on these matters, but that's who you are, you know, and don't make nobody take your passion away from you. This is what
Thank you.
this is what you are mandated to do. You know, you have a higher calling. They may not appreciate that because they are not at the level of your spiritual maturity. But you continue to do the work that you are assigned to do at this particular time in this season. You know, I'm here to support you all the
Thank
time. So
you.
anytime you call me, I'll avail myself.
Thank you so
You press
much.
forward. You press forward, man.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a blessed one.
Thank you so much. Stay put, don't move, eh? You will stay where you are. I'm gonna join you. We're gonna have a little post-mortem there. We have to talk a little bit. And the same thing with Nickocy. Nickocy, what you have to say about your Mama Coco now?
Well, you're the boss, you're the queen, you're phenomenal, and your difference in media, because I've seen persons use things as personal show bias, but you don't show bias that much. And let me do that much. You don't show bias. You're open. You're the kind of conversation where you can bring things out in us that we didn't know about, and you're good. There's no words that would express how your show is. I like your show. I was a little scared the first time, somebody seen Mama Coco. I was like, oh my God. But, before even talking on the show, you speak to me and it's like a mommy to a child. You talk to me
Oh,
normal. You bring things out of me. So for me, Mama Coco to me is Mama. So it's like Mama
hey,
Mia. So I'm good, but
hey.
some persons are saying that they're trying to get onto me. After the show, I will comment you or inbox you, or you can go on my page, Unity of the People, and inbox, and I will
Yes,
get the information back onto you. So I see them sending it there. So I will try to contact everybody who wants to get onto me. So Unity of the People is our Facebook page. You
yes.
can get me there in inbox, and I'll be able to give you the more information. This is Mama Coco's live, so let's give Mama Coco all the blessings. This is her time now. All right?
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mama
Thank you,
Coco. You're most welcome.
Thank you, Ambassador Phillips. And I want to thank each and everyone for joining Mama Coco this evening. I love you guys, and trust me, the anticipation to come here, and to fix my lips according to how I feel. You understand what I'm saying? Either I come red or I come plum or I come darkish purple, and Kiana, there just be an anxiety. Like today when I say, let me take my time and do my brows. I want to bring my brows a little brighter today, bring it up a little bit more, just to lift the Mama Coco up on the spirit, because your brows have something to say. Your eyes are the windows of your soul. Your nose have something to say. Your nose match your cheeks. You can't have a certain nose and have a certain cheek. It goes together. And I give God praise and thanks for what he has done for me and who he has made me into. So to God be the glory. I want to thank each and every one again. I want to thank my daughter. I want to thank backstage. I want to thank my help. You guys don't find the ladies that just call you guys that talk so nice and they're so
Yes.
helpful? Yes.
Yeah,
Well, we give
polite.
God
I love
thanks for
her.
them, because you see, this is like service to the Queen Bee.
Yeah.
I have people working in the best interest. So we have to always mention them and take care of them and ask God to bless them and keep them with clarity, keep them with honesty, and keep them in line. Because once a part of the chain, the link get broken or missing, you would have to find time to put the chain together again.
Back together. Amen.
So peace, everybody.